Welcome back, Love Nation. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. We are going to jump straight into part 8 of reading this complaint of It Ends With Us movie that Blake Lively put out. And as we dig further and further into this complaint, it becomes more and more alarming as this section is starting to really delve in how social media manipulation was used against Blake Lively as her character is coming to question. Again, like, share, subscribe. This is part 8, and we are about to start reading it right now, you guys. The next day, even though Miss Nathan and Tag had already begun performing work on behalf of Wayfarer and Mr. Baldoni, Miss Nathan texted a text chain with Miss Abel and Mr. Heath, providing pricing quotes ranging from $75,000 to $175,000 for Tag's crisis mitigation services. Miss Nathan explained the quotes as follows. Quote 1, $175,000. This will be for a 3 to 4 month period, and it includes websites to be discussed, full Reddit, full social account takedowns, full social crisis team on hand for anything, engage with audiences in the right way, starts threads of theories to discuss. This is the way to be fully 100% protected. Quote 2, $25,000 per month, minimum of 3 months, as it's needed to seed. Same as above, this will be for a creation of social fan engagement to go back and forth with any negative comments, helping to change narrative and stay on track. Miss Nathan stated, all of this will be most importantly untraceable. There is a lot more to both of these quotes, but easier to discuss via phone in terms of capabilities and what I have personally experienced in and out of crisis scenarios. And this is one of the text messages that was included. This is from Melissa Nathan to Jennifer Abel. Hi, Jamie, Jen. So incredibly glad that the press went so well today. And from what I know, Justin felt incredibly supported. He is lucky to have you all. We took the day today to do some research and get digital quotes in from the 2 teams we use that get the best results. As you are both aware, we are in a predicament that we just do not know the outcome of right now. Saying that, full transparency is key here. We have seen the most innocuous issues turn giant due to socials, or the hugest crisis have no effects on social media whatsoever. You just cannot tell at this stage. But Blake Lively does have some of the Taylor Swift fan base, so we will be taking it extremely seriously. We also understand audience is not solely JB fan base, but the studio is so covering all bases time. Quote 1, $175,000. This will be for a 3 to 4 month period and includes websites to discuss, full Reddit, full social media account takedowns, full social crisis team on hand for anything, engage with audiences in the right way, start threads on theories to discuss. This is the way to be 100% protected. Quote 2 was $25K per month, minimum of 3 months as it needs to seed, same as above. This will be for creation of social fan engagement to go back and forth with any negative accounts, helping to change narrative and stay on track. All of this will be, most importantly, untraceable. There's a lot more to both of these quotes, easier to discuss via phone in terms of capabilities and what I have personally experienced in and out of crisis scenarios. Either way, I do feel it's better to be safe, but I do realize costs are something I am sure you did not count on when you took on this project nor situation. Let me know when you would like to discuss more around PT tomorrow. Signed, M. And again, that was the text message included in this complaint. The Hollywood Reporter announced the retention of Miss Nathan and Tag on August 13th of 2024. That report stated in part, the news come days after sleuths flooded TikTok with speculation about an alleged rift between Baldoni and his cast and crew, including co-star and producer Blake Lively, as well as Hoover. Chatter spiked when fans noticed Baldoni's absence from joint press events and the lack of group photos of Lively and Baldoni together at the New York premiere August 6. Some also pointed out that neither Lively or Hoover nor the rest of the cast follow Baldoni on Instagram, though he follows them. Chapter F. Mr. Baldoni, Mr. Heath, and Wayfarer perpetrate a retaliation scheme against Blake Lively. Miss Abel, Miss Nathan, and others employed or engaged by Tag perpetrated a retaliation scheme against Blake Lively in collusion with Mr. Baldoni, Mr. Heath, and Wayfarer. This scheme was what Tag described as social manipulation, planned relying on direct and constant media engagement. The seeding of content on traditional and social media platforms, the boosting of content, sometimes the very content that Tag and its affiliates had seeded, the suppressing of negative content about Mr. Baldoni, and amplifying of negative content about Blake Lively. On August 1st of 2024, before any of the cast sat down for interviews at the film's press junkets, Miss Abel stated to Mr. Heath and Wayfarer personnel that she had held an in-person meeting with a contributor to People, Fox News, In Touch, and U.S. Weekly. Miss Abel explained that during the meeting, she had fully briefed the contributor of the situation with Blake Lively. Miss Abel stated that the contributor was armed and ready to take the story of Blake weaponizing feminism and assured Mr. Heath that the contributor will do anything for us. And this is another text message from Jennifer Abel to Jamie Heath. Thanks for the call. Confidentiality. I'm out to dinner with a friend of 12 plus years who writes for People magazine, Fox News, In Touch, U.S. Weekly, and she is fully briefed on the situation and is armed and ready to take the story of Blake weaponizing feminism to any of her outlets the minute we give her the green light. She hates Blake, has heard the story before, and will do anything for us, just for your information. On or around August 2nd of 2024, Miss Abel connected the contributor with Mr. Nathan. Subsequently, Miss Nathan engaged directly with media sources on behalf of Mr. Baldoni and Wayfarer regarding Mr. Baldoni, Blake Lively, and the film. On August 2nd of 2024, Miss Nathan, Mr. Baldoni, Miss Abel, and others had a phone call to discuss the services that Miss Nathan and Tag would provide Mr. Baldoni and Wayfarer. Subsequently, on August 2nd of 2024, Tag circulated a document to Mr. Baldoni and others entitled Scenario Planning. It Ends With Us, as described above. Of note, the scenario planning document states there are several potential scenarios at play here, which we should be prepared for should Blake Lively and her team make grievances public. The scenario planning document provides Tag's recommendation to get ahead of the narrative. This included suggesting misleading messages that production members lost their jobs due to Blake Lively's takeover and insisted upon involvement. 2. Ms. Lively's involved her husband to create an imbalance of power between her and Mr. Baldoni. 3. Blake Lively has a less than favorable reputation in the industry. 4. Blake Lively had a clear and likely motive to bully her way into buying the rights for It Starts With Us, the sequel to the film currently owned by Wayfarer. The scenario planning document states that Tag could also explore planning stories about the weaponization of feminism and how people in Blake Lively's circle, like Taylor Swift, has been accused of utilizing these tactics to bully into getting what they want. Upon review of the scenario planning document, Mr. Baldoni informed Mr. Heath that he was not in love with the document they sent. Not sure I'm feeling the protection I felt on the call. Mr. Heath responded, "That's the most important part of this, how quickly they can shut things down and place stories in your favor." Later the same day, Miss Abel conveyed to Miss Nathan that Mr. Baldoni was questioning whether the plan was aggressive enough, texting that Mr. Baldoni wanted to feel like Blake Lively could be buried. Miss Nathan responds, "Of course, but you know when we send over the documents, we can't send over the work. Or we could do, because that could get us into a lot of trouble. We can't write that down to him. We can't write. We will destroy her. Imagine if a document saying the things that he wants end up in the wrong hands." And of course, all of that is in these messages. If you guys would like to pause the screen and read it, these same things are in the messages from Melissa Nathan to Jennifer Abel. On August 4th, Miss Abel texted Miss Nathan, stating, "I'm having reckless thoughts of wanting to plant pieces this week of how terrible Blake Lively is to work with, just to get ahead of this. She's putting us through hell. Blake Lively was, in fact, doing nothing other than engaging in the approved marketing plan for the film at the time." Miss Nathan responded, same, and indicated that she had already spoken to the Daily Mail. And again, all of these messages that I just read to you are listed in this complaint. You can screenshot it if you like. Miss Abel and Miss Nathan viewed and referred to their shared work on behalf of Mr. Baldoni and Wayfair as a social combat plan, as listed in the text messages. The same day, Miss Abel corresponded with TAG personnel regarding her discussion with Miss Nathan regarding social manipulation, which she describes as distinct from social media mitigation and proactive fan posting to counter the narrative. This is also listed in the complaint. When media sources made direct inquiries regarding potential unflattering stories about Mr. Baldoni specifically, Ms. Nathan and Ms. Abel and their team worked to suppress those stories. For example, on August 7th of 2024, TAG indicated their intent to leverage social to quiet kill media coverage regarding public suspicion regarding Mr. Baldoni's disconnect from the film's cast. On August 9th of 2024, Ms. Nathan sent Ms. Abel 2 links to articles, one from Hollywood Reporter entitled, "Did Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni have a rift over It Ends With Us? Sleuthing TikTokers Think So," and one from the Daily Mail entitled, "Disturbing Truth Behind Why Blake Lively and her It Ends With Us stars are feuding with Justin Baldoni." The Daily Mail article reports on allegations that Justin Baldoni was chauvinistic and borderline abusive on the set of It Ends With Us, and discusses this and other claims with respect to the film and cast in detail. I will be ending part 8 right here. We will be doing part 9 shortly. So please like, share, and subscribe to stay as up to date with this complaint as possible. Enjoy your day, guys. Bye.